Hi, my name is Beer, and let's start with Curse of the Dead Gods. This game is obviously oriented for the fans of Hades, or as one commentator on Steam said, Curse of the Dead Gods plays as Hades and looks like Darkest Dungeon. Honestly, it's a fair comparison. So in this game you will seek untold riches, eternal life and divine powers. It will lead you to this accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. Well, the rest is self-explanatory. The game also introduces a cool mechanic of unique curses. They influence each attempt, putting a twist on every action. Although keep one thing in mind, you will have to parry a lot, and that Souls-like mechanic sometimes is very annoying. Otherwise, it's a great game. 86% of reviews on Steam are positive. Call of Cthulhu. The year is 1924, and here you will take on the role of a private detective. But instead of catching cheating husbands and wives, you must do a bit more serious job, so you are sent to investigate the death of a well-known family on a remote island. What could go wrong? Yeah, you will probably meet some strange creatures, experience weird science, and even come face to face with a creepy cult. I mean, what else is there to do when you spend your time on an isolated island? Knit socks? Repaint the fences? Make potato salad? Although I doubt that you could find the best quality doctor's sausage here.
I am so bored. Yeah, me too. Let's join a cult.
But if you think about it, honestly, if the people of the island would do some sock knitting and repainting the fences for fun, maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't need to join a sinister cult for fun. Some food for thought. Anyways, people are saying that the story of the game is very interesting, engaging and spooky. But Call of Cthulhu doesn't let you explore much. It is more focused on nice cutscenes, and it does feel more like an adventure game. Let's build a zoo. Let out your wild side and create your own animal empire in this cute, expansive management sim. Here you'll import and breed rare creatures, hire the right staff, keep your visitors happy and deal with plenty of weird and wonderful events. You will be able to juggle through hundreds of buildings, foliage, path and enclosure decorations. Control everything that happens in your park, from what your animals eat to what eats your animals. And speaking about animals, here you'll find more than 500 different creatures. But that is not all. Try a hand at DNA splicing and stitch them together. Ever wanted to crossbreed a crocodile with an owl? Here you can. No, really, any combo is available. You can create over 300,000 different types of animals, although most of them will probably silently beg you,
Kill me now.
That is, if they could speak, but they are animals, so they will go
Ow, 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 ow.
and you will ignore their pleas. Also, every zoo owner is a businessman first and only then an animal lover. Just watch Tiger King. So money is way more important than ethics, and you want your zoo to thrive and be famous in the world.
Oh, shut up.
Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition. Here, obviously, you will become Batman. The game comes with the introduction of the Batmobile and enhancements to signature features, such as free-flow combat, stealth, forensics, and navigation. The main feature, the Batmobile, is brought to life with an original design featuring a distinct visual appearance and a full range of high-tech gadgetry. It is designed to be fully drivable throughout the game world and capable of transformation from high-speed pursuit mode to military-grade battle mode. Vehicle sits at the heart of the game's design and allows you to race the streets at high speeds and catch most dangerous villains. Batmobile also augments your abilities in every aspect, from navigation and forensics to combat and puzzle solving. People on Steam are saying that Arkham Knight looks better than most games today and is immensely fun. The reviews are around 90%. The game is great. Totally accurate battle simulator. If you are just bored and want to kill some time in single player without thinking too much, I doubt there is a better game for that than Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. At first, it's really funny. Second, it challenges your IQ and actual tactical skills. All you need to do is to choose your units, place them strategically and press the fight button. They will do all the battling part by themselves and you will observe it like some overarching god who has no power to influence anything anymore. So when your army is ripped apart and its scattered remains lie on the ground, then you may think of another strategy and try again, and then again. Some of the battles in the campaign are crazy hard and will squeeze your IQ through your nostrils. Also, if you have some doubts, the game has about 100,000 reviews left on Steam and the score is really close to 100%. I'm not kidding, it's probably one of the best rated games on the whole Steam. Stray. The game has an overwhelmingly positive review score and is worthy of the full price without a doubt, but now you can obtain it for a little bit cheaper. This is a cat simulator, but not a usual one, if you know some usual ones, because the game is set in a cyberpunk world and that stirs the pot a bit. The game is a third-person cat adventure set in a detailed neon-lit alleys of a decaying cyber city and the murky environments of its seedy underbelly. You can roam surroundings high and low, defend against unforeseen threats and solve the mysteries of this unwelcoming place inhabited by nothing but unassuming droids, dangerous creatures and things. You know, like evil duct tape. It's your enemy. If in your life a cat ever owned you, you know why. Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry games have always been colorful, but this is an absolutely next level of an airy-fairy unicorn carnage. They call it vibrant, I call it eye-melting. Despite that, Far Cry New Dawn is a decent game. Here you will dive into a post-apocalyptic Montana, 17 years after a global nuclear catastrophe. You will join fellow survivors and lead the fight against the dangerous new mob and their ruthless leaders, as they seek to take over the last remaining resources. And you are not in a mood to give your potato salad to anyone. You are more fond of bloodshed and carnage, and this is what you will do here. If you have a friend or loving mother-in-law, you can play this game together in co-op mode as well. People on Steam are bashing New Dawn for being just a shadow of Far Cry 5, and I agree it should have been a DLC. But when it's on sale, why not? It costs as DLC as well, except you don't need the base game to play it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you're used to old-school Assassin's Creed games, keep in mind that Odyssey isn't like the first titles, and among your enemies you will encounter various monsters and mythological beings from legends, like Medusa for example. The game really has some witchery vibes. Here you'll also have weapons with supernatural abilities like increased strength or the ability to instantly knock out an opponent's shield. So here you'll explore ancient Greece, from lush vibrant forests to volcanic islands and bustling cities, and start a journey in a world shaped by gods and men. Here decisions will impact how your Odyssey unfolds. You can play through multiple endings thanks to the dialogue system and the choices you make. Customize your gear, ship and special abilities to become a legendary assassin. People on Steam are praising smooth mechanics and great visuals, although the story is like your cousin, a bit dull and naive. Isonzo. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. The game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. What Remains of Edith Finch. Overwhelmingly positive review score should grab your attention. 17-year-old Edith Finch is the last surviving member of the eccentric Finch family. All of her closest relatives and family have died violently at a young age, leading to rumors about a family curse. Now she's on her way to her Finch mansion, a bizarre ramshackle building hidden deep within the forests of the state of Washington. Once there, she intends to research her family's history and learn the truth behind the alleged curse. While this can sound like a horror game, it's actually just a tale about one family that is more interesting than your family or mine. People are saying that this is more than just a game, it is a unique form of art. Civilization 6. If you want to keep your virginity strong, this game is one of the best ways to never lose it. Although Civilization games are definitely not for everyone, the sheer amount of mechanics can be really overwhelming for a new player, and not everyone likes to read a lot and enjoy changing numbers and colors on the map. To be fair, for everyone who never played Civilization, the game looks like a simple, boring board game, but the trick is that this simplicity is just a tip of a dick. It's way more complex than it seems. Basically, here you can become ruler of the world by establishing and leading a best civilization from the Stone Age to the Information Age. And of course, I'm talking about the mightiest country in the world, Potato Saladistan. Rayman Origins. I won't be lying that this is one of the coolest platformers I have ever tried, although it is obviously oriented to a younger audience. So officially buy it for your kid or nephew, let him play for a while, and then when nobody sees, ruin all the high scores the kid has set. Yeah, show your dominance, show that little bugger who the real boss is. Although, let's be honest, there is a huge chance that you can't even get close to the high scores kid has set. Anyway, Rayman Origins is set in a rich world with over 100 characters and 12 unique environments. It includes over 60 levels of platforming. You will often unlock new abilities, and with them you can return to previous levels and discover new secrets. Cool concept, very positive review score on Steam, and the price is more than nice. Hitman Absolution. Betrayed by the agency and hunted by the police, you find yourself pursuing redemption in a corrupt and twisted world. Players around the globe are saying that this is one of the best, or maybe even the best Hitman game. It has a kinda predictable story, but it doesn't really matter. The gameplay and your approach to missions makes all the difference. Will you disguise yourself as a policeman, crazy convict, butcher, or a doctor of ding-dongs? You never know until you play. This game kinda teaches us that other people will always judge you by your clothes. And if you're not agreeing with me, come on, dress like a clown for your next job interview. Or, you know, like a priest and try to get a job in the kindergarten.
Challenge accepted.
Anyway, this is a great game, and I think that if you have never played anything from the Hitman franchise, this is a great game to start. Batman Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year Edition. This is the first one of the Arkham games. You may think that it is quite an old game, and you are right, around 15 years is not a joke. But surprisingly, the graphics are still great. I can't even imagine how this game felt back then, because when I look at it, it's like it never aged at all. Some Elijah Wood of games. Anyway, it still has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and is one of the best rated games on the store overall. Here you'll use the free flow combat system to chain together unlimited combos seamlessly and battle with huge groups of the Joker's henchmen in brutal melee brawls. You'll have to solve interesting puzzles with the help of a cutting-edge forensic tools, including X-ray scanning, fingerprint scan, spray, and pheromone tracker, and sooner or later you will meet famous villains, such as the Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, maybe not the latter, but anyway, this game is a masterpiece even if you don't like Batman. Anno 1800s. Here you will take charge of your own future as you navigate the rapidly evolving technological landscape and malicious political arena of the 19th century. In other words, here you'll have to build an empire that will reach from the stinky cities of Europe to the untouched jungles of South America. Game is rich with technological innovations and conspiracies, so it will provide you an opportunity to prove your skills as a ruler, or, you know, to disappoint everyone more likely. You will create huge cities, plan efficient logistic networks, settle on an exotic new continents, send out expeditions around the globe, and dominate your opponents by diplomacy, trade, warfare, and your pure awesomeness. The bad thing about this game is that it is armed with DRM and requires a Ubisoft account. Sometimes I think that they do everything to repel you from buying their games. Those features do nothing, you can find the game in every pirate website anyway, so why even bother? Anyway, about 80% of reviews are positive, so if town builders are your spoon of potato salad, it may be an interesting choice for you. Amid Evil. This is a retro-looking first-person shooter built on Unreal Engine 4, continuing the carnage of legendary Heretic. So if you are old enough and Heretic plays some strings in your mind, you already know that this game is worthy of your attention. Overwhelmingly positive reviews should help as well. Here you'll find 7 distinct episodes, each featuring a completely different setting and enemies, also magical weaponry that can be overcharged with the souls of the dead, and endless hordes of evil to eradicate. Players on Steam are praising the game because of its awesome music and visuals and incredible weaponry. There is also a VR version of the game available. Also, you can try a free demo as well. Escape Simulator. This is a first-person puzzler you can play solo or in an online co-op. Here you'll explore a growing set of highly interactive escape rooms, move furniture, pick up and examine everything, smash pots and break locks. The game also supports community-made rooms using the level editor. As I mentioned before, you can play it alone without any problems, but all the rooms are playable in an online co-op as well. Community rooms have been tested with up to 10 people, but I can realize the chaos it can bring. So 1 or 2 friends is actually more than enough, and probably more than you actually have. I'm kidding, of course.
Or am I?
The game, as people on Steam are saying, is not just an escape room simulator. It's a great escape from reality as well, especially after a long, hard day at work. Far Changing Tides. It is absolutely without any doubt a work of art.
You said fart. A work of fart.
Oh, shut up. This is an atmospheric vehicle adventure that follows the emotional journey of a boy and his ship as he embarks on a voyage to find a new home. You will sail stormy waters, dive unknown depths, and explore forgotten ruins in a beautifully realized world of flood. The game is filled with different landscapes, sun-scorched dusty plains, stormy skies, and high seas. You will have to crack many puzzles as well and enjoy interesting mechanics. Also, I can't be silent about a very cool soundtrack that reacts to your actions, amplifies key moments, and creates an atmosphere. Really cool. People on Steam are saying that the game is super chill and puzzles are not mind-bending, so if you are like me, you know, a bit dumber, you'll be okay as well. And it also has a beautiful ending. Vagrus, the Riven Realms. This game is intended for thinkers, for people who like to carefully analyze statistics, plan their future adventures, and so on. Although keep in mind that Vagrus is a very hard game. If you are looking for a casual experience, it is definitely not a good choice for you. So here you'll find a vast realm to explore, filled with unique locations, strange factions, and a colorful cast of characters. The continent is a wasteland riddled with arcane anomalies, swarming with twisted monsters, and haunted by roaming undead even after long centuries of rebuilding. People on Steam are saying that this is a beautiful game, but only for those with the patience and critical thinking. Despite that, the combat here is very basic and based on RNG, so don't expect miracles. Batman: Arkham City Game of the Year Edition. Overwhelmingly positive reviews is not something we can easily ignore, and the game will send you flying through the expansive Arkham City, 5 times larger than the game world in Batman Arkham Asylum. The game is home for all of Gotham City's thugs, gangsters, and insane criminal masterminds, including Catwoman, the Joker, the Riddler, Two-Face, Harley Quinn, your ex-girlfriend, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, and many others. The game allows you to generally experience what it feels to be the Dark Knight, delivering justice on the streets of Gotham City. Well, in our world, Batman would be sitting behind the bars, because in most countries, even defending from criminals and using excessive force is forbidden. When the world became such a soft place, I didn't even notice. A Plague Tale: Innocence. Here will take control of young Amisha and her little brother Hugo in a journey through the darkest hours of history. Haunted by Inquisition soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, you will struggle to survive against overwhelming odds. Dead, rotten bodies lay everywhere, and rats, oh, those creatures can and will eat anyone alive who does not carry a light source. As I always say, this is a bit unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You know, rats are no vampires. I used to own one, it liked bathing in the sun rays.
Well, what if those are vampire rats?
I never actually thought about that. Anyway, keep in mind that the atmosphere here is grim and dark, so if you are a sensitive person, it may prove a challenge to play. Game tend to pull the ropes of emotion, and if you let your guard down and allow it to do its dark job, it will control you like a puppet. But in general, all that darkness is cool and original, keeping in mind all those airy fairy unicorn games people are used to play these days. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.